guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be looking at the Gimpro. It's a budget handheld mobile gimbal, and I've gone for this one solely because I don't use a gimbal that much, and it's sort of cheaper than the DJI version, the Osmo Mobile 2. I'm going to put a link to this one in the description if you want to check it out. This one is $79.99 on Amazon. Comes with a case, and we'll have a close look at it in a minute. First off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some walking just holding my phone, and then we'll put the phone in the gimbal and see if there's any noticeable difference and whether it's worth the money and worth having. So without further ado, let's get to it. Right then guys, I'm not going to spend a great deal of time looking at how the camera is without the gimbal, just because I think obviously everyone is here to see how good the gimbal is, but I just want to get a baseline, I want to get a comparison, and I want to do some walking and a few panning shots and things like that without the gimbal first. So I'm currently using an iPhone 7. I've got the front camera on to record this, and I'm just walking at a fairly normal pace down the gravel path, and I don't know how jumpy it is. I can see a lot of movement, but that might be the fact that obviously I'm going up and down as well, and this is just going to give us a starting point really of how a standard iPhone is, just being held in my hand and walking along normally. What I'll do quickly is I'll just get a quick sprint on, again just as a baseline. As you can see, I don't do this very often. But that's running. I don't know how bouncy that was. And then what I'll do is I'll flip the camera around, quick couple of panning shots, and then we'll go from there and see what this gimbal has to offer. This is a steady hand panning. I'm just panning round without the gimbal at the minute. Right, so I'm starting to lose a bit of light now. I've still got about 3 miles to walk yet, and so I want to get on the review really and look at the gimbal. As I say, this is the Gimpro, and it's $79.99 on Amazon. The DJI version, or the Osmo 2, is about $150 roughly, so it's nearly £80 cheaper. Is it anywhere near as good? I very much doubt it, but we're going to have a look at it anyway. It's very well made, quite light. That's where you charge it. That should zoom in and out. This button here, the zoom, only works if you're connected to the gimbal through the app. It's got a thread there for putting it on a tripod. That should take picture button. It also double tap it centers the gimbal. That's your power button. It's got 3 modes which locks the gimbal in different ways. That's your joystick for the motorized pan and tilt and things. It's fairly lightweight, it's got good movement, and when you go to put your phone in it, it sits that way. So your phone sits in this clamp here, and butts up into the little vice there as well. You can get an adapter plate that for use with a GoPro. I have got that plate. It's made of metal. It's got a little recess that you bolt your GoPro to. The problem I've had is the plate's so heavy and it doesn't go all the way into that recess there. It stops about here where my thumb is, and after a couple of minutes, or you try and use the joystick, basically it loses balance and it just flops around, and you know, so for me it might be the adapter I've got, or it might just be, you know, the weight, but yeah, I'd say this is only really good for a mobile. I think them adapter plates that you get just don't work with it. They're too heavy and it loses balance really easily. So let's put the phone in and have a look and see what the footage is like. Right, so now we're in the gimbal. There should be a noticeable difference. If it's worth its salt, you know, there should be a noticeable difference in the movement or the bounce in the video. I don't know, I'm not seeing a great deal of difference, but that's probably just because I'm the one looking at, you know, the recording at the minute. So if I move my hand back, you know, it's not, I'm flipping it around a bit, trying to give it a bit of wibble. But moving it left and right like that, the handle, the phone isn't going anywhere, but if I tilt my hand forward, it does follow me down. So, but then, you know, you can correct that. You've got the joystick here. I can zoom and pan it round, tilt it up and down with the joystick. It is quite a sensitive joystick, I've noticed. If you put too much pressure upwards, it tends to sort of carry on even when you put your finger off of it. So you don't need big heavy movements with it. You know, just a slight bit of pressure will move it in the direction you want it to go. Let's have a quick jog again, this time with the gimbal. Again, don't run very often, so hopefully there's again a bit of difference there between the run without the gimbal and that one. It's a lovely day to be out. And obviously I think the other thing to get used to is with the joystick, if I push up, the phone goes down, and if I go down, it goes up. So that's going to take some getting used to, the reverse controls. Go to the left, it goes right. Go to the right, it goes left. So it is all reversed. And hopefully the footage is a bit better. I mean, I don't see myself using the gimbal very often. The reason I decided to go for it is, one, it was a good price. And two, I think when I go up hiking and stuff in the Highlands in March, you know, over rocks and things up Ben Nevis, you know, it might just improve the footage that bit better over rough ground. I'm also going to go skiing while I'm up there, so I thought I'd rather have it, not need it. But I've never used one before. I say I am the baseline average consumer. I'm not out there trying to edit and direct the next Avengers movie. I'm not into all the, you know, the high-tech stuff. I don't need it. So for me, the Gimpro is good because it's $79.99. It's very cheap, but it's well made, which is nice, because normally you know, you buy cheap, you get rubbish, but it comes with a nice padded case, hard case, which is a must. And it was next day delivery. and I'm quite impressed. I mean, my arm isn't aching nearly half as much as when I was holding the phone out, because obviously you've got the length of the handle of the gimbal. You can hold your arm down lower to get the same angle as what you'd have to hold your phone up high, so it helps it being so lightweight as well. Right, let's stop talking now and do a few panning shots with the motorised gimbal, and catch up with you in a minute. Right, so that's the gimbal. So it's something I don't think I'm going to use very often, which is why I have sort of plumbed for very much the budget version. It's called the Gimpro on Amazon, $79.99, which is about $100, something like that. I don't think it's something I'm going to use a lot. And I originally bought it obviously because I was going up to the Highlands and I thought it would maybe stabilise my videos a bit while I'm up there. Overall, I mean, it's an impressive bit of kit. As I say, it's not as heavy on your hands. I'm not getting the arm ache that I was when I was holding my phone. The only criticism I've got is basically that joystick. It is too sensitive. I'm really struggling to get a nice smooth panning action. But maybe that's just because I want to use it for different reasons. I mean, I want to get a smooth, crisp pan rather than a shaky hand as I move the camera around. But I mean, I suppose the joystick on the gimbal is more for just reframing a shot. Perhaps it's not really meant for doing full-on motorised pans, perhaps, I don't know. And this is what the channel's all about, really. It's not about me telling you how the gimbal works and all this, that and the other. It's just me using it in daily life and hoping it gives, you know, you guys something back. Because I'm about the average consumer. You know, I'm not a professional. I don't use a gimbal daily. I don't edit and create the latest Avenger movies. So photography and tech is just something I really enjoy, and you know, I do to please myself and not anyone else. And it's the same with this channel. It's my way of just doing things I enjoy and putting it online, and if people like it, great. If you don't, you know, you can't win them all. You can't please everyone. So, I mean, I would recommend a gimbal, but only if you're going to use it. I got this because it was 70 quid. You know, if it sits on the shelf for the rest of its life, I haven't got a £300 or £400 gimbal so that they're not being used. And you know, I mean, I did think, will I ever use it? And whether I do or not is yet to be seen. I may take it up Ben Nevis with me, but although it's lightweight, it's still extra things to be taken. And I think if you're out doing something, carrying a gimbal around with you, it's going to be a pain in the bum. So I think the best advice I could give is, you guys know what you want to do in your life, you know what you want to do, your photography, your videos, and if you think a gimbal is going to be something you're going to use, then great, get one. I don't know until I edit and upload this video if there's any difference in the footage, so that's going to be a big decider really, is if there is any difference in the stability in the videos. I mean, the zoom's very clunky, the pan sort of tilt, but that's just down to me using this for the first time and not really getting the hang of how sensitive the joystick is. So can't really blame the gimbal for that. But it's a nice day to be out, sun setting. I need to sign off soon because I've still got about 2.5 miles to this walk yet, and it's going to be getting dark soon. But yeah, it's a good device. I'm sure it has its uses, but only you can really dictate whether you get one or not. I think if I was on the market and looking for one, and I needed one, then I probably would be looking for something a bit more upmarket. One of the Osmos from DJI, perhaps. You know, they are sort of market leaders when it comes to drones and gimbals and things, so I mean, I'd definitely be looking in that direction, I think. But for 80 quid, and for something that's going to get used once in a blue moon, then I'd say the Gimpro is, you know, as good as any really. And obviously you can decide based on how clunky the video is that you're watching. You know, you're still in the Gimpro at the minute, moving it around, you know, so. But for me, it was a spontaneous buy, something I'm probably rarely going to use. A selfie stick on my hand for a quick video is probably going to be the way I'm going to carry on doing it. So, but as you can see, lovely day. Or evening. It's getting on for 5:30 on a January evening, and we've had some sunshine for a change. So I think my next video I'll probably do in a couple of days. I need to get out with the drone really and do a video with the drone. And then obviously after that it's going to be the car. Obviously when I take delivery of the BMW X1. I'm going to do lots of videos while I'm up in Scotland, because I'm going to do some overnighters in some haunted places, and go exploring some abandoned and shut down things. There's the theme park up there that's been abandoned. I want to go and check that out, whether that be on foot or with the drone. So as I say, it's a new channel. I'm really starting to get used to it. I need to sort of tidy up a few things and do a bit better at the editing and you know, the way that I come across on the video. But it's all new to me. I'll pick it up as I go, and hopefully, you know, the content is going to get much better and people are going to really enjoy what I'm doing. I say it's more to please me. It's not going to please everyone, and that's fine. But yeah, if you are into like technology, photography, wildlife, walking, hiking, photography, all that stuff, definitely subscribe, because as the channel builds and grows, there's going to be a whole lot of new content. I'm going to do a lot of travelling. I want to get over to Chernobyl, so that's going to be an interesting video. So yeah, I'm going to say good evening, because I say I've got to get going, get round, get back to the car before it gets too dark. And I'll see you on the next video. Till then, take it easy.